Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Chewy, and today's video was going to be a Battlefield Tips video. It was going to be a weapons review. I was going to either do the M416 or the AEK, but I changed my mind. I got to thinking. I was like, people have seen enough weapon reviews. It's not nothing anyone can say about any weapon that hasn't already been said in like the last 18 months. So what I'm doing instead is I want to figure out why these weapons are so polarized into people. And the weapons I'm talking about is the AEK, the M416, and the M16A3. Now, if you use any of these weapons, and especially if you use them well, in a match, then you start getting some interesting comments. A couple of those may be noob, asshole, try hard. That's my favorite since I just learned what it is last week. But I have to say, these weapons, they are not necessarily noob weapons. It does take some type of skill to use, especially the AEK. The AEK, even though it has a high rate of fire and it is deadly at close quarters, it does have quite a kick, and it does take some time getting used to. Now, I have to admit, the M16A3 before the nerf was pretty much a laser beam, especially when the game first came out. You slapped on a suppressor and a foregrip and you could just destroy everybody with it. But now it pulls up and to the right when you shoot, and the same thing that happened with the M416. M416, it got nerfed and it was awesome, and then it got nerfed again and now it's back to being mediocre. But it's still a decent weapon to use. It pulls up and to the right also. But the thing with the M16 that it bothers me a little bit is that the M16A3, in my opinion, is probably the best assault rifle in the world. I know a lot of people may disagree with me, but I did serve in the military. I had the pleasure of shooting the M16A3, and I have to say it is a easy weapon to pick up and use. It is deadly accurate, and it's a reason that millions of people since the 60s have graduated basic training in all the armed forces, and they pick up and use the M16 in a matter of a week. So it has to be a reason why it's such a great weapon. So I think that translated well into Battlefield, but a lot of people got upset with the fact that it was so deadly accurate and it was the best all-around rifle, even though I do think it is that. But you know, well, it is a video game and you have to make it fair for everyone. Now, the thing with the recoil and the recoil patterns on these different weapons, now it takes a little harder to get used to. You have to adjust, and sometimes adjusting for those that recoil on the controller is a little harder. I don't know how it is on the PC, but for Xbox, and I'm assuming PS3 controllers, sometimes it gets a little hard to adjust for that up and to the right. So it takes time, it takes a little skill to use, but I have to say, it is, in my opinion, those are not nuisance, or not a try hard if you're using them and you're not an asshat. It takes some time. It takes some time getting used to. I just think they get those labels because of how they were in the past, and because some of those are available at lower levels, and like you see a lot of newer players using them. But it doesn't make you a try hard player or an asshole player if you're using one of these weapons. I think they're very good. I use the AEK, I use the M416, I use the M16A3. If you look at my battle log, those three weapons are in my top 5. But I also have the AUG A3 and the L85A2 in my top 5. Only because I like to mix it up a little bit. But I will pull out the AEK if it's necessary, because that thing is stopping power. And anybody you see people that are spamming shotguns, you pull that thing out, it is a done deal. Alright, guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my little mini rant about these weapons today. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. And thanks, guys. Have a great day.